Dick Fever has taken the NASCAR world by storm. He's coming through turn 3 here. He's finishing his first qualifying lap. He's getting ready for his second qualifying lap. This is going to be the preparation H hot lap. And just a reminder, folks, if you have swollen veins in your rectum or anus, put some preparation H in there. That'll do the job. Dick throws it into 1. You're looking at the points here somewhere. Dick's sitting P5. Earnhardt and Gordon still battling out there at the top. But yeah, Dick Fever's taking over NASCAR. You got the local Penn State cheerleaders here with signs. They spelled out "We Love Dick" with their pom-poms and everything. You can see it from the ass cam, or the ass blimp. Brought to you by Lossless Scaling. And I feel good too. It's just when Dick wins, everybody wins. I was wearing a pantyhose all week. I was just dancing around, just feeling good, just feeling like Andre. Dick finishing his qualifying lap here, a 54.599, folks. Not the pole, might be top 15. The following is a special presentation of Ass Motorsports. It's the Pocono 500, folks. We're here at Pocono Raceway for the Pocono 500. 48 hot laps of in-your-mouth action. And we're proud to bring it to you here on Ass. It's the only place you can find this hot action. The Andre Sports Station. Let's take a look at this starting grid brought to you by Wrangler and Sydney Sweeney. Tony Stewart on the pole with a 54.2. Sitting beside him is Ward Burton there on the front row. Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon. All the big points, names, the howdy-doos. Big Dick Ramsbottom starting P13. Coming off that win at Michigan, folks. This is looking good for him. Looking real good for him. Of course, he's friends with Tango. Tango won here at Pocono last year. Twice, maybe? I think once. This was Tango's home track, though. He was familiar. This were his stomping grounds. Take a look at the rest of the field. We'll be probably talking to LW Wright this race. He's starting P34 there. He said he had an adventure here in Pennsylvania that he wanted to talk about. We'll definitely acquiesce to his request and accommodate him there. I don't even think he has a sponsor. I think I don't know. Pitter patter, let's get at her, folks. We're underway here, the Pocono 500. Glad you're with us here on Ass. Just a warning, folks, I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but we've downed 10 ounces of Sprite, and it has not made an appearance yet. Coming back up. It might be coming with the force of a 10,000. Wait a minute, here it comes. Oh, we got a wreck, folks. Okay. All right. That's not Dick's problem. He's going to take it through the tunnel turn. Oh, God. Oh, man. We warned you, folks. But hot action there early. We talked about it at Michigan. Any of these top 10 drivers fall. That's good news for Dick. And somebody wrecked. We'll try to get a report there from one of our intrepid pit reporters. Dick's on cruise control right now. This is incredible. It's still hot action, though. Just some housekeeping we wanted to talk about here. Or just stuff so we don't forget. A few races ago, we showed the milk money. We showed that on Ass after a race, and we showed the commercial for it. And that commercial, made it look like it was Bridges of Madison County or something, like some kind of love movie. it didn't really detail the exact plot of that at all. It was just like, where true love can be found. Ed Harris. No. She was a sleazy prostitute showing her boobs to 14-year-olds. I'm trying to think of the first time I saw, like, actual boobs. I don't know. I'm thinking here. Like, outside of my... Okay, listen. I'm just going to preface this and say the first pair of boobs I saw that weren't family members. It's not like I was looking... It's just... You grew up with sisters and a mom. You may accidentally... you may accidentally see boobs before you're prepared. I don't know. Probably 15 or 16. Like in the real world boobs. A lot of action here. We got Dick trying to... Okay, the field is 16 seconds behind these leaders. There's only 7 cars in this lead pack. This is fantastic. Dick's just riding her out the rest of the way. He's hanging out with Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt right here. Not bad company. This isn't bad company to be with. I'm actually not 100% sure if I saw my sister's boobs when I was growing up. It might...
No. Okay, brother. Cut at the mic. Usually on NASCAR Racing 3, I would restart the race. Because NASCAR Racing 3, or NASCAR 2003, it had a big problem with the starts of races and the cars being so close together. That early wreck gave me a flashback to those days. Okay, so Ricky Rudd. I'm trying to think. There was a black and orange car that was the one. Or not black and orange. Felt like black and yellow. There was black on the car that spun out when I was driving past it. Got to come back to Pocono in like 4 races. The schedule's probably popped up around this time, maybe a little bit a while ago. But yeah, I'm recording this on, I forget. This is Thursday. I think it's the 26th. So my plan is I'm not trying to get too far ahead of the upload, taping versus the upload, but I do want to get somewhat ahead for the halfway mark. Basically, the video that will be uploaded on the 3rd, which I think is Daytona, is the final race of the quote-unquote first half of the season. I'll be recording that this Saturday, like 6 days ahead of when it's taping, because then I'm going to take 3 or 4 days off away from the game, racing-wise. I don't want to run Pocono like twice in 5 days. I want to let it breathe a little bit. So in that downtime, that won't be reflected in the upload schedule. I'm going to be making new graphics for the second half of the season. I think I'm going to do like a retro kind of, like mid 80s, bare bones kind of look. I don't know. Probably gonna put Mark Martin out to pasture here soon. Yeah, maybe not. I'll probably get him on the Long Pond straight. Yeah, we'll get him right here. Easy. Andre, let's get that field summary going here.
Yeah, sure thing, Dick. Anything you, as you wish. You know, as my friend Carrie Elway said in the hit movie The Princess Bride, starring me. Tony Stewart there in the lead. You can see all this crap. We forgot to look at that replay to see what happened. Probably something crazy. Jeff Burton. You can see that interval between Mark Martin and Jeff Burton. Crazy. This isn't what the fans paid for. But there's no cautions here in the NASCAR 2000 season. Sorry to break it to you folks. That's all we got here. No one's really listening to this. You're just looking at that lady over there with the pantyhose. See, that guy's trying to look up her skirt. Meanwhile, if that was me, I'd be looking at the pantyhose and like, maybe I'm gonna get that pair. I'm still wearing that Orient silk right now. Feels good. Feels real good, especially in this hot. I'm in the air conditioning though, in the press box, but feels real good. I'll just get up. I'll start dancing for no reason and give people just give people looks and stuff. You know, it's great. Not wearing skirts yet, but we'll see what's going on. Anyway, Dick, pit stops. I don't know.
Yeah, good stuff, Andre. That you forgot to mention, it was actually brought to you by Legs, the official pantyhose of NASCAR. Yeah, and I'm not sure on pit stops. Probably lap 14. No, that would make it 3 pit stops. I think it's going to be, I'd say around lap 15, 30, 45, and then they're probably just going to stretch it out and only get 2 pit stops. Mark Martin challenged me a little bit during the field summary, and then he kind of fell off. It feels like these guys are coming back to us now at the end of this run. Look at Dale a bump. Oh yeah, he's definitely coming back to us. This might be another win. Got lucky. With that early spin. There's ways around this, you know, the stuff I always talk about at the end of these tire runs, them coming back to us and everything. Yeah, these are pit stops. I'm going in with these boys.
Auto brake is now turned on. Watch your speed now.
Oh, come on.
Watch your speed now.
Hopefully,
Okay, the leader is pitting
it probably
now.
has nothing to do with, hang on, this, Pit stop brought to you by Arnold Palmer Spiked.
Go, 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 go.
All right, hang on. We got
Speed now. Keep it on
cars
7500.
flying into pit road. We don't know where everyone's pitting here.
Keep low. Clear.
Let's get to the outside.
Keep it on 7500.
It could be a matter of just me starting, you know, further back in the pack and then
Now shut off.
whittling down the interval. Or hell, it might be something where'd that happen? Charlotte. Where I didn't take on those tires and then they were able to overpower me. There might be some kind of equation there where if I can't take tires. If there's 2 pit stops or something, one of the stops I can't take on tires or something. I don't know. Listen, this is the 3rd season of NASCAR Racing 2 we've done. It's obviously a blast. It's obviously I have fun with it. Every one of these games has something you have to work around. NASCAR 2003 isn't perfect. I talked about even all the wrecks I was talking about earlier. Meanwhile, the big problem with NASCAR 2003 is there aren't enough cautions. Like, you run longer form races, you don't get cautions. If you watched any of my NASCAR 2003 seasons, you know I had that random caution program running in the background just to break the monotony a little bit. And a decent pit stop. I'm obviously still hanging out with them up here, but they've definitely stretched out some. I'm 5.3 back. Yeah, I'm going to be losing time here early. Mark Martin, yeah, he's 8 seconds back now. I don't think he was that far back before pit stops. Is he with that group? No, Mark Martin is a lonely boy right now, unless Ricky Rudd's running with him. All right, Andre, I'm going to fall in behind Dale Earnhardt. Take us to commercial, please.
As you wish. Dale Jarrett in the lead after pit stops. Tony Stewart dropped back to P3. Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt round out the top 5. 6 through 10, you got Big Dick, Mark Martin, Earnhardt Jr., Rusty Wallace, and Bobby Labonte. Other big points names going on here. Jeff Burton, P11. I think that's it. Is that really it? Oh, Ricky Rudd, P20 or P37 in the number 28 Haviland Ford. Yeah, folks, some races are going to be poop town. That's in a good way. Like, there's bad poop and there's good poop. And this is good poop for Big Dick. He's sitting P6 as we mentioned. We're just trying to find something to talk about right now. We got nothing to talk about. We got nothing, folks. There's nothing going on right now. I want to talk. There's nothing to talk about. We'll just go to commercial. We'll think of something. We'll come back for the conclusion of the Pocono 500 here on Ask.
It's going to get plenty warm in Chicago this summer. 103. That's a lot of heat from such a small star. Introducing Henry Rowengartner. Hi. This summer, he'll be teaching old pros.
Pitcher's got a big butt.
some new tricks.
Dare you to run. What? What's the matter? Chicken?
Rookie of the Year. Brilliant! Rated PG. Starts Wednesday at theaters everywhere.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Pocono 500 on ASS. During the commercial break, we lost Dale Earnhardt. He blew up right in front of Dick. Our thoughts go to the Intimidator and his fans. He came in, and he's been neck and neck with Gordon in the points. Not anymore after this race. They better get those engines checked out at Richard Childress Racing. You're probably most likely getting a look from the loss of scaling ass blimp. You can see Dick trying to get around God. NASCAR investigated. There was radio communication between God and Big Dick there at the end of Michigan. NASCAR, almost like there was collusion there. God said, "I'll carry you to victory." That's not allowed in NASCAR rules. NASCAR is investigated, and they said it's fine. They were like, "What are we gonna do? It's God." It just sucks that we've lost the Intimidator. Special treat for you folks, though. As promised, mic'd up this race, we got L.W. Wright there in the number 34. Dick's going to be getting under him here. Maybe. L.W. Wright, this is Andre the Giant with Ass. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy. Good to be on Ass.
All right, thanks, LW. You said you had a story to tell. You had something exciting, just an anecdote to share. We're trying to fill some dead air here. It's not the most exciting race, and we're definitely going to take you up on your offer. You said you had some interesting story to tell.
Yeah. On my on my way to the racetrack, I stopped by a local bowling alley. And we're in Amish country, and I saw an Amish guy who was really bowling really well. And me, I'm in debt to these other bowlers that I've gambled with, and I hustled them, and I need money. So I figure I can take this Amish guy into these bowling alleys and pretend he sucks, and then he beats everybody. And then I can... I did all this. This isn't... I did all this, and I only have one hand. I forgot that part of the story. Dick almost gets into... I just saw Dick there. He almost got into Scott Pruitt. But, that's what I was doing this week. And then I met that hot girl from Weird Science USA. She was part of our grifting operation, too.
Is that it? Is that the story? Like, it's a good story. I believe everything you tell me. I believe it 100%. You seem like a very trustworthy individual. But I just thought there was more to that story. That's all. That's fine. Anyway, we do have pit stops coming up.
Okay, the leader is getting now.
I see Dick might stay on lead lap. Is he? He is. He's getting those 5 valuable Winston Cup bonus points. Amazing stuff. Folks, during these pit stops, we'd like to remind you to stay tuned after the race for the world television premiere of Rookie of the Year, starring the guy. He was in that movie, then he disappeared for like 10 years, then he came back and was in American Pie. But he stars as a 12-year-old kid named Henry Rowan Gartner, and he breaks his arm doing something, and now he can throw 105-mile-per-hour fastballs. And during a Cubs game, I don't know, during a Cubs game, he
Photo break is now turned on. Watch your
the
speed,
opposing
watch your
team hits a
speed now.
home run, and the bleacher bums in Wrigley, the tradition is throw it back onto the field. So he picks it up and throws it back, and he zooms it into the catcher, and the catcher flies back into the backstop or whatever. And the Cubs owner's like, we got to hire that kid. They don't know that he's 12 or whatever, so apparently he's allowed to be signed by Major League Baseball, and he doesn't have a dad, so he's looking for that father figure.
20 more laps. 20
His
more
mom is mid.
to go. Keep it on 7,500.
So he acquires a father figure on the team in Chet Steadman, just the veteran, grizzled vet pitcher
Photo break is
who was
now
like, I want
turned
nothing to do with this kid, leave me alone. But then he eventually whittles down that rough facade, and he ends up dating the mom.
on. Back in fifth.
And then at the end of the movie, he's going out for the big inning to get to the World Series, and he trips over the baseball, and he breaks his arm back again, I guess, to where he can't throw 100 miles an hour. So no one knows how they're going to win the game, so they start doing bullshit. What's Brett Bodine doing, folks? Oh, he's pitting. So they start doing bullshit to try to deceive the other team, and one of the things they do is a hidden ball trick, but it was a balk in the movie. Not to be Debbie Downer, but you can't be on the rubber or straddling the rubber without the baseball. Okay, Sterling Marlin. Okay, Dick just took on damage hitting Sterling Marlin. That might be cosmetic only. We'll try to get a report from Dick's pit crew. No, Dick's down. I think Dick's... I don't know what Sterling Marlin was doing there coming out of pit road. I think Dick is down a cylinder here now, folks. Yeah. But at least he can turn the car. And we have a big interval for him. I'm not rooting for him or anything, but it's just... I don't know, maybe he still has this thing. But anyway, yeah, he balked. You can't be on the rubber or straddling the rubber without the baseball. That's a balk. So, tough crap. Anyway, let's send it down to Dick, see what he's got.
Thanks, Andre. Can't believe Sterling Marlin did that. That was... They usually don't make that sudden move up the track. They'll bleed onto the track from pit, merging, but then they'll swerve back down before they really cut up into the line of traffic. So that caught me off guard. What am I running here? 54.6. I think that was my qualifying speed, so I'm not off the pace. That was my big concern. But Tony Stewart is 4.7 seconds ahead of me. That's probably a wrap on getting this win. And Jeff Gordon's going to be coming. Jeff Gordon's probably going to take a spot from me, I think. I don't feel I have 100% of the car. Close to it. Just not 100%. But we'll see. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe Tony Stewart. Maybe these guys up front get caught in some traffic. Whew. Yeah, that Arnold Palmer spiked. I remember drinking last year that, and it's a much more mellower inebriation. I decided to go all in with these Jack Daniels, like power drinks or whatever. It's too much. To go. I don't see how I would have messed up a pit window at Pocono. Bobby Hamilton, thank you for the win at Michigan. Bunch of lappers right here. I probably won't edit out much of this video. I'm just going to let the engines rattle your bones, as Andre would say. You most likely fall asleep to this. Anyway. All right, Tony Stewart. I've gained significant time on him recently. I think because he's dealing with lappers. Unfortunately for me, I'm dealing with Darrell Waltrip, who isn't a pushover. And then I'm dealing with Jeff Gordon in my rear view. He could peek under me in one of these turns before I even realize it and spin me out. I'm worried about this pit window now in the back of my mind. Let's set up DW here. It's actually tough. I think the best move is just waiting for them to make a mistake in turn one. Look at Mark Martin charging here.
Car high. Stay low. Stay low.
There's that mistake I was talking about. See if Jeff Bodine stays up top. He's probably losing speed up there. You know, I was hoping I could get him into one, but guess not.
Cialis
Into the
erection.
tunnel turn. That's finally some action here. After the first lap, whatever. Nothing else has been going on. All right, let's be careful with Jeff Bodine here in this turn.
They're all right. The 97 car is a lap down. There's a spin in the short chute.
Cialis
Been in the short
erection.
chute, so that's 2 wrecks on the same lap. That's behind me.
We've got just 10 more to go. 10 left. Clear.
All right, let's make a charge here.
The 25
P4.
car is a lap down.
Tony Stewart 4.2 ahead. Looks like he's running on his own right now, though. So I'll have to turn in some fast-ass laps. Tango Spooner Jr.'s PB was a 54 flat something. I don't think we're in that neighborhood with the damage, but also skill-wise. Mark Martin, man. Mark Martin might end my race. Just refuses to go away back there. A 55-1, so I'm a full second off of Tango's PB right now, which is crazy to think about. Andre, what do we got?
What we got is the legs run summary. You better not have runs in your pantyhose, but you do want runs during these instant cup races. You see the big deck there in P4, 9 seconds behind Ward Burton and Dale Jarrett there battling for the lead. We got 18 cars on the lead lap. Mark Martin. Amazing performance by Mark Martin here. He was 13 seconds, whatever, back or whatever after pit stops. Just a tour de force here trying to make his way back up to the front. We lost Dale Earnhardt. We lost Dave Marcus, I guess, during commercial as well. We might have shown that. It's not entirely important, but the Earnhardt stuff we probably most likely showed because that's the Intimidator. We got to show these top 10 guys. That's the big storyline. Oh, man. Legs are incredible. Just a mature woman wearing pantyhose. Can't be beaten. And if you're wearing pantyhose yourself, when you approach her, that's something you can talk to her about. You know, these chicks, they want to know that you guys have something in common. If you're just like, I wear pantyhose too, that's probably your ticket in, you know? I don't know.
All right, thanks, Andre. We got a lot going on here. We had a
We
couple.
are now at the point. You're in first.
We had a couple spins there during the field summary. There was a spin just as I paused the game and came back in. They were like, "You got to spin in turn 3." Then there was in the tunnel turn. Then we had a spin in turn 3. And we have a final round of pit stops here, which may be splashes and goes. So what I got to do is got to lay the land here and not get a cheap win. We got to see how long these leaders stopped on pit road. Okay, my hard break I just did there, we'll talk about it. Hang on. We gotta check this replay. Where is Tony Stewart? There is Tony Stewart. Probably should just hit the previous lap hotkey, but what kind of stop does he do? He's one of the leaders. He's in his stall at 47. That's a 10-second stop. I never set up my, here we go. I never set up my splash and go fuel stuff, so I don't know how to set that up, so we're just gonna do a role play stop here for 10 seconds. Maybe I'm used to just running 400 milers here. All right, here comes my pit stop.
Brake is now turned on. Watch your speed now.
Look at this pit stop. 1, 2. I gotta stop. I still have my stopwatch going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still have my stopwatch going
Watch your
from
speed now.
Andre's field summary.
7,500. Just 5 more to go.
So that was just sitting there that I could use.
7,500.
All right, now some of these bastards are not going to pit. These clowns that we were laughing at that got collected early, they're not going to pit. Watch this.
7,500.
It's going to be hilarious.
Motor brake is now shut off. Okay, the next 3 cars in front are all for position.
I wonder if they take on tires there or just fuel. I wonder if I can catch Jeff Gordon here. I don't think I can catch Jeff Gordon. What's the interval there? 3.4 seconds. I gotta close with 3 to go, like 4 to go. I gotta close. I gotta gain a second a lap. That ain't happening. Not a good start when you completely miss the turn 1.
We've got trouble in the tunnel.
All right, we got the tunnel turn coming up though.
Go low, go low.
I'm looking.
You've got a slow car.
I'm looking for trouble somewhere. All right, here we go.
We're racing the 94 car.
Oh, yes. That was Ward Burton and Mike Skinner, it looks like. And that helped me catch up to these guys. I might be able to gain a spot here.
We're racing the car behind you.
Dale Jarrett, 16 seconds ahead. Wonder what he did on his pit stop. Okay, this is the same thing. Brett Bodine, before pit stops or before I saved the replay or whatever, he did the same thing. I learned that in the Tango season, that in turn 1 there, sometimes they'll wash up the track, but that's just part of their line, and then they don't care if you're down there. They'll come back down. So that's why I slammed the brakes with Bodine, and I just slammed the brakes there because I knew Elliott was going to come back down there and take me out, and he would just keep cruising.
That car behind you is 4 position.
Mark Martin should have won this thing. He is. His speed has just been standing out all race long. Now, see, if you can get in there right away, you can avoid them coming back down into you.
You're racing the car in front of you.
That's a spot we're gaining there.
We're running in pit.
Trying to remember everything. The early wreck, and we had Dale Earnhardt during commercial.
White flag. 1 more to go.
Then we had 2 wrecks in the mid-30s, I want to say, lap 34. Then we had 2 wrecks during the field summary, and then we had a wreck. I don't know. Then we had a wreck. We had the Mike Skinner, Ward Burton thing. As long as I have the notes, as long as I have that kind of crap written down, I can eventually find. It's not a long race. I can eventually find it when I'm editing. All right. Probably worth tweaking this pit window for the next time we're here. I'll forget, but it's good to think about right now. Dale Jarrett, is that his first win?
All right, there's the flag.
I'm not sure.
That's okay. Good job. We'll get them next time.
And there you have it. Before we get into, or no, I'll talk about it later. No, we were that Rick Mast or Dave Mark. We didn't get the Rick Mast DNF. I totally forgot to show that. And then the Dave Marcus one, we got lucky going to commercial. I just found random cars with a good front bumper view going to commercial, and it just so happened Dave Marcus was in front of him when he blew up. I didn't know. I was going to forget to grab that too, so we got lucky. I know this is big. I know this is big news. It's a big deal. But yeah, Sterling Marlin got beat up all race long. I showed that what happened with him. I'm going to see if I can zoom in sometimes on the blimp. It's not going to get too pixelated, I don't think. I think it's going to look pretty good, but we'll see. I tried it in a couple replays this video. Yeah, we lost Earnhardt, Ward Burton, the big points names here. Ricky Rudd, too. Ricky Rudd with that early wreck. Ward Burton and Mike Skinner got into it. Earnhardt, those are those big points names. Always huge. Jeff Burton, I guess he got something happened there, so he finished P20. Yeah, and the elephant in the room was those pit stops. Dale Jarrett, it didn't really look. I'm going to fix the issue anyway before we come back here, so we're not going to have some weird pitting at the end. But good on Dale Jarrett getting this win. Wish the intervals were on this final standings page, but they're not. Or results page. Tony Stewart. If he didn't wreck at Michigan, who knows where he'd be in the points. Mark Martin, is good to see him moving up there. How about our points names? How about our points guys that we've fixed? Terry Labonte, P11. Bill Elliott, P7, so that's good. But he probably benefited from some pitting stuff. Kenny Irwin Jr., P14. I think I just subconsciously, I totally avoid talking about him because it's not fun thinking about that. When I was setting up the replay for this race, I saw Kenny Irwin a few times. I'm like, wow, I really go out of my way not to talk about him. That's it. I wonder what happened to Jeremy Mayfield. Maybe bump his ratings up some too. I think he was better than this. I don't know, but yeah, we got 2 more races till we get to the halfway mark. I'm going to keep this song that's playing right now. We'll keep that to the end of these 17 races. And the broadcast package for that second half is really shaping up to be something funny. Something fun and funny. I'm enjoying putting it together. And then we're going to hit the stretch run. And that's it. Yeah, we got the Sonoma Sears Point coming up next. Daytona night race. And I talked about it during this race. Talked about pretty much everything I could possibly think of. That Daytona race will be on the 3rd. I'm recording this on Thursday. I'm recording this right now as I'm talking on Thursday, September 25th at 5:33 p.m. Eastern. And this video isn't posting until Monday the 29th, so 4 days from now. So I'm going to have Sonoma done tomorrow on the 26th, Daytona done the 27th, and then I just lay low. And that Daytona race I run on the 27th won't post until Friday the 3rd. So I'm going to be off all week working on the graphics and everything for the second half of the season that'll start on Sunday, September 5th at Loudon, or October 5th at Loudon. So I know this is important stuff. And I'll also have I think I'm going to aim for that Michigan race. We got Loudon, Pocono, Indy, Watkins Glen, and then Michigan coming up. So that Michigan race is going to be the one where I do behind the scenes, show you how I put together the videos, how the sausage is made, whatever. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Not the most exciting race, but we try to up the excitement and entertainment quality, entertainment value of it. All right, I'm done. All right, thanks for watching.